And a new warning tonight for Florida's tourism industry. The State Department now advising all Americans, especially those with health concerns, to avoid cruise ships altogether. And your side's Justin Shecker is live tonight at Port Tampa Bay, where Senator Rick Scott met with local officials today to address those concerns. Justin, bring us up to speed.
Mel, good evening. Senator Rick Scott is urging transparency from federal agencies and the release of as much information as possible about the COVID-19 cases here in Florida. He sent this letter with questions he wants answered about those 2 deaths in our state. Now, as for that new warning from the Department of State, it points out there's a higher risk of infection on a cruise ship. The Department of State advisory to not travel on cruise ships applies to all U.S. citizens, especially those most vulnerable of contracting the novel coronavirus.
If you have a chronic issue and your immune system is compromised, you ought to really stop and think about, should you, be going on a cruise ship? Should you be flying? Where should you be?
The U.S. government has previously evacuated some American cruise ship passengers, like Gay and Phil Corder, who were on the Diamond Princess in Japan.
It's a petri dish for disease.
The new warning says repatriation flights should not be relied upon as an option for U.S. citizens under the potential risk of quarantine by local authorities. The Corders are back home in Citrus County after nearly a month in quarantine on their cruise ship and at an Air Force base in Texas. Would you get back on a cruise ship at this point?
It would be foolish of us to put ourselves in that position.
Today, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention delayed the return of the Regal Princess to Port Everglades in South Florida. This morning, the U.S. Coast Guard delivered COVID-19 test kits for 2 crew members potentially exposed to the virus on a ship experiencing an outbreak off the coast of California. A top federal health expert says the elderly and those with underlying conditions should not wait for the outbreak to get worse.
Say no large crowds, no long trips, and above all, don't get on a cruise ship.
And tonight, 8 on Your Side has learned from the CDC the test came back negative for those the crew members on that cruise ship off the coast of South Florida. We're live tonight at Port Tampa Bay. I'm Justin Shecker, 8 on Your Side.